Hey, 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 we're back, we're black, we're
This is jazz. This calls for jazz hands. Let's go.
Ambition. Hey, Mandra.
Ambition. Come on now.
How are you, Mandra?
Oh, you know, I got my struggle blush on, my struggle lip on. We're hanging in there.
I feel so proud of myself because I did a little light beat for the first time with I never ever used a tinted moisturizer. You know who put me on to tinted moisturizer? You know Nicole Walters?
2003.
No, I know. I had no idea. I was like, wait, what? So Nicole Walters, who is
BB cream come out?
Girl,
tell us about BB cream, Tiffany.
There's this super chocolate girl who I love, Nicole Walters, on that's what literally her name on social media. She had a TV show. Anyway, Nicole has the most beautiful, gorgeous, glowing black skin. And I was just but I just figured, this is just, this is her look. That's just, and which it is, she has beautiful skin, but she was like that she loves tinted moisturizer because it just helps to give it an all around even. And I was like, say what now? How did I miss out on the tinted moisturizer? Trend. And I was like, wait, what? So I moseyed on down to the Sephora, met Zanaya. Hey, Zanaya. She's she works at Sephora at Willowbrook Mall in New Jersey. And she was so nice. So we tried on all these different tinted moisturizers. And I tried on this one called Grenada from NARS. And I was like, but Zanaya, I can't see it. She said, exactly. I was like, oh. And so if you're watching us on YouTube, girl, when I say my skin is, because I already have decent skin, the skin is giving. And then Zanaya was like, you need a little eyebrow gel. I was like, don't play me, Zanaya, but okay. And so that's why my eyebrows are looking laid to the gourds. Okay.
Tell us about eyebrows.
Yo, I am so remember I was wearing, girl, just a few years ago, I was still wearing panties in the pack.
Sorry, giving you so much shit. You deserve it a little bit, though. I can't let you go on any longer.
I don't.
Welcome, Tiffany. Welcome to the year of our Lord 2020.
No wonder you girls have been out here slaying. And I was like, why do I don't look like that?
Oh, yeah, well, I'm just happy you're happy with the little pumpkin popping. I love it. You have the top in another color, do you not?
I
was
do.
It blush last time I saw
Pink. Man, you have a good eye. Okay, journalist.
Yeah. I be paying attention.
So, did you hear about the Aurora Borealis? That's just Northern Lights. They were supposed to be visible last night. Did you see any?
Girl, I go to bed at 9:30.
Because I've always
I didn't. From New York, you could see that.
Yeah, well, this is I think it's
you were out in the country.
Well, no, I came back. So, but every 300 years or so, there's something like that you can see them not just in Alaska and Ireland, not Ireland, Iceland. Those are the two places. And so you're supposed to be able to see it basically in the north. And so I went outside at night to take a look, but with all the light pollution.
Yeah.
So I didn't get, I didn't get to see. But I want to see the Northern Lights. That's on my bucket list. I want to go to Alaska or Iceland to see them.
Yeah, I feel like even here it would be neat, but it's something about, I don't know, those places where you can live in an igloo.
Yes.
And then, see it through your window. Yeah. That sounds magical.
It does sound magical.
Enrique made me watch Succession last night. I mean, he didn't make me, but I was on the couch. I didn't feel like getting up and he wanted to watch it. I just can't get into it. I know you're not a big TV fan, but Succession is a show that everyone talks about. It wins all the awards. And it's basically a version of the Murdoch family, just these billionaire, multi-billionaire family that the dad, the patriarch owns all these, this huge company that owns multiple companies, and the kids are complete trash assholes. And people are obsessed with it. And you just watch them just kind of destroy each other and be horrible people. And I'm just like, but why? I'm not in. But they were in Norway. That's why I thought about it. And I was like, ooh, I want to go to Norway. So at least I got something out of watching it. But, anyway.
And to what end? I was thinking about that this morning. I was having a very I don't know if it's esoteric, but experience this morning. I was taking a shower and I thought to myself, so let's just say you spend 80 years working so hard to make all the money and have but then one day you're not here.
That's literally what the show's about, Tiff. It's called, yes. No, you hit it on the head. And it's and then you just see the wolves descend. And your legacy is that you created these shitty humans.
Yeah. So I'm just like, because see, here's the thing. Even if like I get it, people are like, oh, I want to create a legacy. Yeah. But here's the thing about having a legacy. You literally are not here. So like, you know what I mean? Like you're not here to see it through. You're not here to see if the legacy actually shakes out the way you want it to. So I'm not saying that you shouldn't work hard to like provide for your family and heirs and things like that. But it's like, I don't know. It's like you've almost sacrificed yourself and your goodness and whatever to what end? Because no matter how much money people make, it all ends. I mean, if Steve Jobs passing away taught us nothing, is that money and wealth and access and everything that he had at his fingertips, he's not here. And he was young, relatively speaking. And so it just seemed like such a foolish endeavor to spend the time that you are here doing not so great things. So I just was thinking about
unless you're going to create great humans who can carry on and do good with them. You know what I mean? Like that's what it's about.
Yes.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I know what you mean. It's like if you're going to leave the place, leave what you built with people who are inherently like selfish and self-serving and have their best interests at heart, like then thanks. Appreciate you. The rest of the world, and thank you, Mr. Rich Guy. I mean, you know, so leave things just the way they are when you were here.
Yeah.
But I did, even though I overslept through my nap, I did, of course, I always have time to check Instagram real quick. And I'm not gonna lie, the first thing I saw is that Don Lemon just got axed from CNN.
I knew that was coming.
And Don Lemon has been there for, I feel like every couple of years there's like a Don Lemon controversy. But it just reminded me again, because his statement came out and he was like, I was stunned. I had no idea today that I wouldn't be able, or there was no indication that I wouldn't be able to continue the great work that I've done there. And I'm like, yep, like everybody else, when they decide that you are no longer serving them and their business needs, they will kick your ass to the side.
Yes.
And if you're a woman of color or a person of color, even quicker. So Don Lemon ain't special. What was it this time? He said old women were past their prime. That was the last thing I remember.
I knew he was. I said, Don, you about to be on your way out doing, but he'll be fine. You know, like
he'll have a podcast by tomorrow.
Exactly. So, but I just
welcome.
I was thinking too, like even like there was this. I went live last night on like on Instagram for a little bit, and when I was finished, I like swiped through a few stories, and one of the stories I saw. People always got memes. So, you know, Jamie Foxx has been hospitalized reportedly for a stroke. Reportedly for a stroke.
They're saying it's for a stroke now?
Well, you know, that's what the people say. But who knows?
Okay.
If that's true or not. So they said that he was like working on a movie. I think he had 2 more weeks left. And so this is all supposed reportedly. This is what, you know, this is all from a meme. So, you know, God, take it with the smallest grain of smallest salt. Anyway, that he's working on a movie. There's only like 2 weeks of shooting left. And instead of waiting for him to recover, they instead just finished with his body double. Right. And so like the meme's purpose was to say that like, take your rest, because even if you don't, they will find somebody to replace you. You know? And I was just like,
so dark but true.
But meaning that like sometimes we say that we will break ourselves in order to, you know, get something accomplished, only to find out that like if we just said no, they would figure it out. We all, you know, we act like we're the end all be all. The people won't figure it out. They'll figure it out, you know?
Mm-hmm. That's the same speech I give to anyone who's really frustrated or really concerned about leaving their job for a new opportunity. And they're like, but I've made such an impact with the team, but my, you know, again, the word legacy or what I've built here. And I'm just like, it's going to be okay. Yeah. People have quit before. You have entire prime ministers quitting right now.
Girl.
Like Simone Biles left the Olympics and said, I'm good. You know, I think that there's, at the same time, you know, Don Lemon left. It does feel like there's this, you know, we haven't had a chance to talk about this, but when you were in traveling in March, there was this influencer, and now I'm not going to remember her name, but she kind of went viral because she had, you know, built this huge following, had this really successful business, and basically wrote like, I'm kind of done, y'all. I'm going to walk away from this for a while.
I think I heard about
I had sent you a message. I'm like, we should have her on, which is so ironic because she ain't going to be on because she's quitting.
You did send me a message, and I was like, wow. Oh, sidebar, cousin. Yeah, we talk about that later, though. We talk about that later. But let's reel back in. Boost. But
there have been, you know, these people who are announcing that they are choosing like a different path and they are just, you know, leaving. And it's like, okay, but your people but your followers, they rely on you, but your audience and this and that. they're going to be fine. You know, they'll find another, I mean, they'll maybe miss you. Hopefully you'll be missed, but at the same time, it shouldn't stop you from pursuing whatever it is that like we deserve.
Yes.
We deserve to pursue what lights us up and not feel this burden to, you know, continue to do a dog and pony show that we're just not interested in anymore.
Girl, when I tell you, that's what the live was about last night. That like one of the benefits of like taking like a deep break from social media is that I didn't feel the urgency that social media kind of like, you know, so much stuff I don't know what's happening. And so I get to actually just look at my day-to-day life and just enjoy it as it is, not as I wish it could be, you know, because we will literally stress ourselves out over something we just learned. Like I had never heard of Tulum 5 years ago. You know, of course, Mexico, but I never heard of Tulum, Mexico. And now the girls can't live without Tulum. They can't live without Tulum. Everybody go to Tulum. I'm like, y'all didn't even know Tulum existed 5 years ago. But social media.
Every 40th, every bachelorette.
Girl. Yes. But anyway, some of y'all like, I did hear about Tulum.
Tulum got a really good press person or a social media campaign.
But I know Tulum is tired. Tulum is like, actually, we good over here. But I say all that to say that like, it became like this destination that you must do, but so many people had never even heard of it before, and that social media, sometimes the world we live in now, can create urgency where there is none. I was talking to my sister Carol the other day, and my niece Amelia, who's 6, she has to put a lock on the tablet because they keep downloading games and things for $1, $2, whatever.
What's Roman downloading a stock market apps?
Girl, you already know.
Trading.
This boy told his mother, I want to do a summer program where I could do math and build things. I said, okay.
Yeah, he's not downloading Minecraft with the other regulars.
Right? Amelia's just out here just, you know, just who knows? Probably a casino app. Just, I don't even know. Maybe casino. And so she asked her mother, can you, because now the Carol has a code lock on it. Mommy, can you put in your numbers? And she said, no. And so Amelia was like, it's only $1.99. Can you imagine the 6-year-old who pays no bills? Because I guess in her mind, her birthday just passed. So she's like, girl, if it's money you need.
more.
Yes.
And so Molly more in the family.
Exactly. We do. And so she was like, Amelia, no. And the way Amelia, I actually had to tell Carol, can you check on my niece? Because she sounds like she's being dangled from the top of a building and is scared for her life. Because the way she had a meltdown for something that she did not even know existed until 5 minutes ago. Yep. And I thought to myself, this is how we're navigating that, you know, we can all be like, oh, Mimi, be a good girl. But it's like we are all navigating from the space of things that we didn't even know existed. All of a sudden, there's this urgency and this need. And honestly, I was reading an article, I think it was CNBC, of how it's costing young people their financial future. You know, you're spending money on things that you don't, you know, necessarily even make you happy. You are, you know, telling yourself like soft life, which is nothing wrong with that, but you have no work experience. You know, like even this, I want to talk to you about the work from home. Did we talk about the work from home girlfriend? No, the stay at home girlfriend movement.
Yeah. Like people, I have to skip. I was like, make sure the algorithm knows I don't want these videos, but yes, basically like a kept girlfriend who's like bragging about it on social media. And their aesthetic, everything.
But the problem is that most of these kept girlfriends, they think they're winning because most of them are in their 20s. And they think my boyfriend is taking care of me. All I got to do is be cute, make sure he's good. But the problem is your boyfriend is out there getting an education, work experience, and starting to set aside for, you know, let's just like assume that he has a 401k or whatever at work, and setting aside money for retirement in his 20s. And you, throughout your 20s.
Not to mention Social Security.
Girl. So you in your 20s.
That man, you don't eligible.
Exactly. And even if he takes care of it, but you have no work experience, like, you know, or your work experience is going to be limited. It doesn't start until you're 30 or 35. Like everybody knows, hopefully, you know, the power of compounding interest, that it would take you, if you start saving at 20, you don't have to put aside nearly as much than if you start saving at 40 or 30 or something. So you're missing out on all that juicy compound interest of that money that you can have set aside and invested. And even if you're like, well, he's going to take care of me for life. Let's just say your boyfriend is amazing, ends up marrying you. He's awesome. I lost the love of my life. And he was all those things, amazing, awesome. So you cannot control if someone just literally might not be here, not because they don't want to be, because something tragic happens. And then what? And so I just think that social media is actually making people broker, which is really scary.
Oh, yeah.
you know?
It's just, yeah, I mean, it's tale as old as time. There's always going to be a way for, I guess when I was a kid, it was the Toys R Us Sunday catalog. That thick newspaper came
Ooh.
and we'd fight over who got to get the catalog first. And that would tell you what toys you wanted, plus commercials, So like, I think it's tale as old as time. It's like, Jesus, I'm like I have had, and I know friends of mine who have too, on those bad days when the kids are crying over things, a toy. Yesterday, Rio was obsessed with a dinosaur egg that it's basically a piece of dirt that they sell with a plastic dinosaur inside for the low price of like $4 per egg. And I guess he must have seen something on YouTube, because I'm not going to lie, this weekend it was a screen heavy kind of weekend. And he's like, I want to go to the dinosaur egg store. Everything he thinks is like a store all freaking day. And then anyway, I don't know, just my lack of willpower, and my husband, who never has willpower, he cannot watch this baby cry. We ended up at Target later in the day. And I immediately found the toy. I knew where it was. And Rio, meanwhile, had to go. He's like, Mom, because I never really let him loose in Target. He's usually in the cart. I'm stuffing snacks in his face to keep him on that side of the store.
Yes.
And he's like, there's so many toys. And his eyes were just like so overwhelmed. I'm proud of him, because I think it was almost too much for him to just compute. He's like, but this and that, and and I was like, yes. And we came for this one. And aren't you happy? And do you want me to put this back so you can, find something he's like, no, I really wanted that egg toy. But yeah, I'm like, Lord have mercy. It's going to be a battle, I think, for ourselves and for the children to try to raise, and ourselves too, just like resist that. And I think it really comes down to like constantly checking in with yourself about what brings you joy and peace, because it's so much easier to ignore the other stuff. And I think that had I not spent sort of the last decade, living in a city of materialism and things, but then really have like being grounded in what the things that I wanted, like I wouldn't have this house. Yeah. I wouldn't have paid for this wedding. I wouldn't be able to start my own business. Shouts out to 22. I'm just like, 22 to 26-year-old Mandy does not get enough credit for the life that she created for me now. Because man, like the smallest things, like you said, saving, investing, that now I'm not able to do as easily because I don't work 9 to 5 and I'm figuring out this new thing. I'm not as pressed or stressed because I'm like, okay, I made moves in the first decade of my career that are paying dividends to me now. So if I don't even do anything, I've done something.
Yes.
And it's like what I was always, but that comes, I think, from, I don't know, maybe these stay-at-home girlfriends never saw a single mom be broke with 4 kids trying, and had that experience of like seeing your mom's credit card or debit card get declined at a grocery store. And I'm just like, no, that's what I value. I value security and, stability and independence. And I don't know, they'll have a wake-up call one day.
I know, but it's going to be an expensive one. That's the thing.
I hope it ain't my kids.
I know.
My children. I hope my boys don't grow up keeping a stay-at-home girlfriend. I hope they're like, man, you need to get a job for your own security.
Yeah. Because you just don't, even if someone is amazing and wonderful and all the things, it's just, I'm not saying that like, here's the thing. I'm not saying that, if you're fortunate that, let's just say you're married, and basically you have a contractual obligation to do certain things. Fine. If you want to be a stay-at-home mom, whatever. And, I think that's honestly that's hard work. Okay. Take me to work.
Oh, no. No, absolutely. No disrespect to stay-at-home moms. Like, or
stay-at-home dad, just a stay-at-home parent. That work is the work. But what I'm saying is stay-at-home girlfriend, sis. Like, these are
your best years.
Yeah.
I saw a really good explanation, or like a debate from a mom on TikTok who, she has kids, and I think she has 4 kids, and she shared that she spends $5,000 a month on childcare for her 4 kids. And I'm thinking, wow, what a bargain. Because Rio's daycare alone is $2,300 a month.
You're like, what a bargain.
Double it.
Jesus.
I'm like, oh, that's like a 2 for 2, because for the cost of that, I'm going to have 2 kids in daycare. And of course, everyone's like thinking about the math. Well, do you make that much money a month? Does it make more sense for you to just stay at home and take care of the kids? And her argument was, I'm not going to be doing this forever, y'all. Yeah. Like, they're not going to be in daycare for the next 20, 30 years of my career. Yes. And if I leave my career to save $5,000, you have to understand, I'm setting myself back.
Yeah.
Like, why is no one thinking of that?
Yeah.
Of course you are. I mean, I coach women who are trying to re-enter the workforce, and you can say, you know, we all respect stay-at-home moms and all that, but at the end of the day, that huge resume gap, it does make a difference. It is hard to come back from. So yeah, we need more messages like that. You got to think about yourself long term.
Yeah, no, that's good. $5,000, $60,000 a year.
I'm like, yeah, she probably lives in Georgia too. And I'm like, that's a bargain.
I mean, and you're right though, when you really think, because I remember at the time when both Carol's kids were in preschool, it was like, I want to say 2,200, 23, and you're right, that probably was a bargain for the both of them. And
for the both of them?
Yeah. You know, and so like, and I knew she was like, I can't wait till Roman gets older. I can't wait. Because in Jersey, preschool, so like, if you go to basically like a public preschool, it can be free. So that's what she was just, if I could just get them to, you know, preschool, then, you know,
3
like
years of struggle.
Yes. Oh, child. Yeah. This is why people don't be having kids. It's so pricey.
I know. And I joke with my husband all the time, and I'm like, why we pick the one area of Westchester that doesn't have universal pre-K?
Yeah.
Which means we have to pay for an extra year of daycare. So he's going to be in there until he's 4, almost 5.
Yeah.
Anyway, I don't want to think about it too hard. It stresses me out. But shout out to, I don't even know how we got on that subject, but you're crazy if you're not continuing. I mean, you're short-sighted, and like it will bite you in the ass if you're not continuing to invest in your skill set and your knowledge and your how you can contribute to society for a buck.
Yeah.
You know,
and also just putting away money. Like, you know, if you don't have,
Godspeed.
yes, if you're not putting aside money, child. But like, oof. So I went to see my condo again.
Ambition.
So Renovations, you know, I'm getting a quote now I found a contractor, same people who really helped me before, Jermaine and Rihanna of Remain Home. And so, I told you it's 2,800 square feet, and I really want to refinish the floors because they're kind of like, a peanut buttery color. It's very typical of the time that it was built, which is like 100 years ago.
Glazed and
yeah, it's not terrible. Just not, you know, just not the vibe I'm looking for. So Jermaine went to look. He was like, so there's about 2,500 square feet of floor to refinish. And we're going to, you know, talk to the refinisher, but it might be upwards of like $40,000. I'm like, what? My cap was 25,000. Now I have
little patches at a time.
Girl. Right. So like I set aside $100,000 for renovations.
Carpet's coming back.
No, the thing is I can keep the floors as is. It's not the worst thing, but
yeah,
we finna see. Hopefully the refinisher says something closer to 25,000. But it's just like, so it's almost like you ask yourself, you know, I'm in a space now where it's like, how much do I invest into this property? Because I plan on staying here for a while. And honestly, I'm not looking to resell. Like this property, I plan just like the house that I live in now. It's paid off. Y'all know I bought that condo. It was 520. 520, yeah. I paid it off in full. Like so there's no mortgage there. So this will just be included into my estate. And when I'm no longer here, it's part of my trust. It goes to my heirs. So I'm not as concerned about my return, quote unquote, on investment. Although, I mean, where I live in Jersey, the prices just keep going up. So I'm sure I'll see a return, but I'm not as concerned. But I'm just also like, we're going to see. I'll keep you guys updated about like, you know, I'll get probably the final quote of all the things. I want to do like the plumbing and electric are updated, but I want to like rechange the tile. I want to refinish the cabinets in the kitchen. I want to put some molding. And so there's a lot of aesthetic things I want to do. And I'm hoping it'll come in under 100,000. We finna see though.
Well, I pray for you. But yeah, I mean, that place, that's all the pictures, and it had a lot of personality to it. So I think it is the kind of thing where you're not able to really go in there and not, like if you don't, I don't know, almost like you're wearing a costume or someone else's, you know, clothes for a while. But just give, you know, the whole thing is like, I think you move into a house and it does feel like you want to start doing things, but you can go as slow as you need to, one room at a time. No,
girl, please. I'm not moving until that place is done. Okay?
Oh, really?
Because I'm like, girl, I live around the corner, so I'm not in a rush. Like, I want it to be, I'd like to move in and not done like all the furniture, but like done like all the renovations, so all the tile, I don't want anybody in my house once I'm in there. The dusty stuff. Yes. And so then I can get furniture at will, but yeah, Plus two, Carol and the kids are going to move into this house and just pay the
I was
carrying
going to
costs.
ask, are they in there yet? Because I'm sure
No.
she's like, when you moving? So
Girl,
I can
she
not
is.
pay.
She is. And Amelia's always like, so this is my room, right? I'm like, no, this is mommy's room. She's like, whatever, girl.
You have to explain to her timelines and budgets.
So they're so excited about living here. It's like perfect for them.
Yeah,
Their school,
good.
which goes up to 8th grade, is right down the street. So they're like so excited. But yeah, so I would love to get in by, August. So the kids, because school starts in September for Jersey kids, I would love for them to be able to move in by like mid-August so they can be settled, and school starts in September. And then October is my birthday. So I would have like a birthday party / housewarming where all the people can come. Yeah. And so that way we can celebrate, the new house and my renovation and my birthday. So I'll be 44. Jesus. That's a grown woman.
That's an auspicious number though, 44. Mm-hmm. Something about that feels lucky.
It does.
Well, I'm really excited for you.
Thanks.
I don't know when whatever. Husband went through I'm like trying to hide it, but I have so much crap behind me right now. Husband finally went into the crawl space and took the baby stuff out.
Aww.
And he's like, I can't do anything right. No matter what I do, there's always something for you to complain about. I'm like, well, when I said take it out, I didn't mean put it behind my office where I on my office floor where I have to be on camera. But yeah, I see stacks of baby clothes and a baby Bjorn that I have to remember how to do. Little baby car seat. Oh Lord, it's really happening. But before I get too overwhelmed and start crying again, because all I do is freaking cry now, why don't we take a break?
Okay.
For a boost and break.
Hey, BA fam. I just learned Discover credit cards do something pretty awesome. At the end of your first year, they automatically double all the cash back you've earned. Whoop, whoop, that's right. Everything you earned doubled. All the cash back from eating at your favorite soup dumpling restaurant doubled. All the cash back from that trip where you sort of learned to snowboard also doubled. And the best part, you don't have to do anything ridiculous to get it. Nope. Discover does it automatically. We love that. Seriously though, see terms and check it out for yourself at discover.com/match. And we're back. And Mandy is not crying. Right, we keep a mama happy.
Before husband made me watch Succession last night, he was putting Rio down to sleep, and he came down and I was watching like Taken 3.
Oh my
this
gosh.
Like Liam Neeson, because I was like, I can just watch people shoot each other. I guess like everything makes me cry. Can't watch anything. Yeah, I'm just a emotional mess. But we're back in Black and Brown, and we're ready for a vintage section of a vintage segment that we rarely do, I feel like, anymore.
I know.
Bring us in, Tiff.
I can't remember the song. Like, it's time. Wait.
Booster, breaker, booster.
No, but there's something before this. There's like a little intro.
Are you going to boost?
Like, Are you going to break? What you going to do? What you going to take? But it's always like, but there's like something before, like, girl, I don't remember what I say at the beginning. Anyway. We're going to boost or we're going to
pre-record that.
We really should. That way it's always there.
Honestly,
we got to go grab one of the old ones.
We could solve so many problems.
So many problems.
With technology.
But I promise you, because the way our listeners are, they're like, I like the struggle.
They're like trying to think of it in their heads. Like, damn, what version will we hear today?
I know. Like, that's not even it, Tiff. I'm like, girl, I don't remember. If you actually remember, you know what? Leave us a voice note. That would be hilarious on Instagram so we can get our giggle. Oh, maybe we'll use your voice. Leave us a voice note and we can shout you out and be like, you know what? This booster break is brought to you by.
Promises we can't keep though.
I know, that's true. That's true. I'm all like, yeah, and then we'll fly you out. Anyway.
You do that sometimes. When I was editing, I'd be like,
I'm like, we ain't doing that. Are you going to, I'm going to boost.
Okay.
So mine is just really simple and easy. So shout out to Ramit Sethi, the first brown person I've ever seen in personal finance. It was literally, I was in high school and my sister was in college. My sister Karen, she's 2 years older than me. And she came home and was like, oh my God, I'm reading this book. I will teach you to be rich. And he's hilarious. She was like, he is a son of immigrants just like me, and it's really helping me get my money together. And at the time I was like, I don't care. Cause I was like, like 16 or whatever. And she was, like I said, she was in college, but I just distinctly remember like her getting his book that long ago. And so
It's a
now
classic.
it is, it is a classic. Especially, I'm so glad there's a classic by like, a brown person. And so now Ramit has a new show on Netflix called How to Get Rich. And it's doing so well. It's in the top 10, which is amazing on Netflix. Which is a huge accomplishment.
I've seen it when I go on there, but I haven't had a chance to tune in yet. Or I haven't tuned in yet.
So I watched like the first episode first two. And so one of them was so good in that we talked about the stay-at-home parent. So it's this guy who was an engineer, but he has like 2 kids with his wife. She makes a lot of money as like in the marketing or whatever, like $250 or something like that. And he's a stay-at-home dad, and the level of disrespect heaped on him, child. It is, you have to watch that one.
By who?
His wife.
Oh,
Girl, she basically says that he can't move no money without tapping her on the shoulder like he's a baby. And she was like, why should he do anything with the money when I'm making it? I'm like, sis, he's raising the girls. It's really, really awkward.
that is kind of how like men in the 60s treated us.
And that's exactly, she's basically giving him, but to watch it is so cringy. Because, she's basically he was like, the more she makes, the less valuable I become. I'm like, Jesus. So basically, like, why are you even here? I know. I was like, but it's a really great commentary on like, this is what women have been dealing with since the beginning of time. But honestly, it's just, he's like, he said literally, he's an engineer. He literally was like, being a stay-at-home dad is literally harder than any engineering job I've ever had. I'm so glad that he said that. He was like, this is hard. But he's like, I get to love all my babies. I love the fact that I'm here with them because they're still really young. He said, but I don't like the fact how my wife, because one, she's like running them into credit card debt. She's mishandling the money. And then he has no.
Oh, so that's why she doesn't want him touching it. Mm-hmm. Also, because she doesn't want him getting too close to the money.
Yes.
Oh, man, I love that they find these people.
Yes. I'm like,
okay, so if I'm going to feel better as a wife and a mother by watching it, then I'll watch it.
Watch it. Let's watch it so we can chat now. To be like, child. Yeah. Like, I would love to hear from y'all. Like, tweet us, Instagram us. Like, what do you think? Like, I haven't watched all the episodes yet, but I've been to. Like I said, I just love the fact that, like, because Ramit, if you follow Ramit, he is sarcastic. He don't care. He's going to talk terrible about the banks. He is going to drag MLMs. He is holistically himself, unapologetically so. And someone, he reposted a screenshot of someone saying something to the effect of like, I'm so glad they have like a dark-skinned, hairy Indian on. He was like, yes, represent us. Like, and I just thought it was so fun. I just love the fact that this level of representation, and it's what I love is that, he's the central character. Ramit goes through, and as a result, his Instagram has blown up. Well over 400,000 people. I don't know where he was before. His books have sold out everywhere. It just really is like a rising tide lifts all boats, and I love to see it. And so, support How to Get Rich. And we could chat about it. You guys can tweet us, and we could talk about like, your episodes that you like, the ones that make you say, damn, so.
Yeah. I hope that we get him on the show soon. I know that I think we were working on that for a minute.
I would love
that. Ramit? Y'all met before, right?
No, I actually never met him in person. He invited me to his I was like, Ramit hit me up. I was like, I want you to come to my the screen, like, the screening party. I was like, sure, because I thought Ramit lived in New York. I think he does. But then I looked, I was like, Ramit, this is in Hollywood, bruh. Like, I'm not gonna be able to make it.
What, you don't just like get on your jet and just like,
right? Okay. So I was just like, so I don't know him personally, but like, socially I do. So, and he just seems like, like a dope, funny, like very, what you see is what you get type of guy, which I like.
Oh, well, good for him. Congrats for me. I want to check out that episode in particular because, again, I would love to feel better about marriage and motherhood and all those things. My boost, I have a couple. One, Tiffany knows, but I'm hopefully going to be announcing a book deal soon. I've been a little quiet, I think, on the book journey front because I signed with an agent like a couple months ago. And after you get an agent, they kind of take the wheel and send gajillions of emails out to publishers and stuff. I have been, and I told Tiffany this, I was a little disappointed to hear that some of the feedback has been focused on my audience. Because, y'all know, I focus on like women of color, especially, and Black women in my work. That's just where my heart is. And that's some of the feedback has been like, oh, the audience is a little narrow. But in spite of all that, I have had a couple of big publishers interested. So fingers triple dipple cross that I have something fun to announce. And then I have something to, beyond Beyonce this weekend and like growing a human, birthing a human. I'll have something else to look forward to for this summer and next year. So I'm just proud.
I'm really proud of you, Mandy, because you're just like, I was telling Tracy, my publicist, and she was like, did Mandy just? I said, exactly. One thing about Mandy is she gonna get it done. Like, you were just like, I think I want to write a book. And then it was like, I need an agent. You did your due diligence, found the right agent for yourself. You're like, I want to have a really good, book proposal. You did your due diligence, found a book proposal coach. You wrote a proposal. And then, I mean, literally all like you really inspire me, Mandy, because I know how hard making the transition from corporate to like, working for yourself. I mean, I never doubted you because I could spot a winner chicken dinner. And I was like, girl, I ain't know. Of all people, yes, I was like, Mandy, of all the people, not you, because I know that you are committed to doing the work required. And that's all that's required to be successful, honestly. Certainly there's luck, but the work required means that you are someone who will continue to do the work until it's done. Meaning that, like, yes, there are going to be, short stops and not short stops, but pitfalls and, and things along the way, but you will do the work necessary to bypass those things. And that's really it. That's the magic sauce. Are you willing to keep going? If you are someone who's willing to keep going, then you will see success. It might take you 10 years. It might, but are you willing to keep going? And so I just know you. And so I'm not shocked, or surprised. And I know that like, it's just bigger and better and greater things. I'm so glad that corporate didn't work out for you because we need you out here in the streets. You a street soldier now. You out here with us.
Aw, thanks, Tiff. I receive it. That's a perfect compliment for me because that is so true. I mean, I don't like to make big goals and not have a plan to get them done. Mm-hmm. So I'm really good at executing and just getting from point A to B. And it's been a long journey. I think this time last year, I started looking for a proposal coach. Mm-hmm. And I was like, I want to make this happen. And it also came down to me feeling like I finally had the thing to say, and I finally had the message that I would write. It takes a long time to write a book. Mm-hmm. And I don't want to do it half-assed just for it. I'm not doing it just to have something out there. I want to do it because it means something. And so if I'm going to spend the next 2 years, because that's what they're saying, 2025, y'all be getting those books, hopefully off the bookshelf, fingers crossed. I'm painting my nails while I'm sitting here because I can't sit here with a bottle of nail polish and not fiddle with it, apparently.
I love it.
So they've gone for nothing to yellow.
Ooh, that's pretty color.
Yeah. Well, you can't see it up close. You know how it is when you do your own nails? But anyway, thank you so much. Yeah, that's really what it's about because this has been I know it's been a short time. It's been a couple of years since I launched, but it still has felt like a very long journey. But it's about believing in yourself and just believing in like the fact that if you map out a plan and you execute that plan and you don't let your brain get in the way of stopping you from completing that plan, because that's so often what it is, right? It's like our own self-doubt. It's like, but why me? Do I deserve? Should I be here? What do I have to say that matters? And I'm at that point where I feel like I got some shit to say that matters. And I'm really excited to say it. So thanks, Tiff. I just appreciate that. That's why we not just sister friends, we cousins.
Oh, yes. Yes, girl.
That's people. My other boost. That's my other boost. I have nothing to show for it, but I went back. I had done 23andMe forever ago, but I forgot somehow that I am 20% Nigerian, y'all.
Girl.
And it's not even a question. My people came from Nigeria. Yes. So I texted Tiffany. I was like, so by the way, I would like an invite to Thanksgiving. I would like Secret Santa. I want to be on the sister list. Whatever the secret clubs are, can I be in them? I don't know. No, but isn't that cool?
Yes, it is. Because you're like 40% West African.
Do you claim me?
I do.
40,
first of all, yes.
49, 47, I forget.
That's crazy. That's a high percentage.
Oh, West African. Yeah, I need to look at that again because I'm like 50. The Europeans do got me, y'all. I'm not going to even try to front. I'm 53.4, but that's because if you black, you still got a little something in you. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Anyway, I'm 53% European. It's like British and Irish, and which makes sense because I do know that part of my mom's family. But then on the African side, yeah, I'll post this in the group notes for y'all. It's 39.9% West African. I'm 45% Sub-Saharan African, but of that, 40% West African, and then of that, 20% Nigerian. Ghana, sorry, you're in a very, very, very far away second place at 6%, and then something about broadly West African. But yeah, I'm very proud of that. I would love to visit Nigeria.
We got to give you. Well, you're the firstborn daughter, or no?
Yes, I am.
Okay, so we're gonna call you. We did this already. Adeze, right? When you first told me, didn't I give you Adeze?
Adeze.
So Adeze means Ada is daughter, which oftentimes this is what you'll call, like, say if you were to come in to, like, like you and your family would come in, your dad was bringing you to, like, I don't know, visit one of his Nigerian friends. He'd be like, oh, this is Ada, which would mean they would instantly know this is my firstborn daughter. And then Eze in Igbo is king. So Ada Eze, so Adeze means daughter for king. So basically princess. So that's what, so we're going to name you Adeze because you're the firstborn daughter. So we'll call you Princess Mandy.
Is it Ghanaians who name you based on the day of the week that you're born?
Well, Nigerians do that too sometimes.
I was born on a Thursday.
Well, I don't know what that girl, I don't speak no Igbo, but I do know, I do know that oftentimes firstborn daughters are named Adeze, which I always thought was such a pretty name. So it's literally very phonetic. Adaeze. So literally super phonetic. Igbo is super phonetic. So.
And are you Adoche with an A or Odoche with an O?
Odochi.
Odochi. Odochi. Okay. Well, I'm gonna have to find out more about I really do. My little brother is he really is pushing for me and my dad and him to go to do a trip somewhere in Africa. I don't know. I think he's pushing for Kenya. I don't know where else, but we don't have to stop in Nigeria.
Yes. Adeze and Adochi, just out here. We're about to rename Brown and Bishop.
Oh, that was fun. Thank y'all for rocking with us. Yes. I guess by the time this show comes out, we'll know if we won the Webby.
Girl, we won. Please.
Feeling good about it.
I'm feeling good about our 53% lead.
Feeling pretty good about it, but you never know until you know. I might have woke up at like 5 a.m, Saturday morning, whatever, to buy a dress. I'm just gonna say, put that out there.
That's right. I think I do have a dress because I bought it in Kenya. That's right, because we're gonna be black up on that stage. I think I'm gonna wear a dress I bought in Kenya. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So exciting! Big things popping, but not me. You better stay in there, little boy. I need my 4 weeks.
On that note, we will talk to you later, BA fam. Bye.
Bye, BA fam.
Hey, BA fam. We're on YouTube. Woohoo! Thank you so much for watching. Please like this video and subscribe to the channel.
And while you're at it, why don't you go over to that little bell icon and just tap that for us. Show the BA fam how much you love us. And that way you'll also get notifications when new videos drop. Also, share the channel with a friend. We're always like, tell a friend, tell a friend, tell a friend. And thank y'all so much again for all the support.